What's up? What's up?
What it do, Bean Crew? It's your boy Savon Thomas. Welcome to the episode of Coffee and Comments. Today we're going to review the worldwide sensation, the #1 movie in theaters right now, only in theaters as well, and that is Spider-Man No Way Home. And so, a couple disclaimers before I get into this review. One, I am not the Marvel person. I am not the Marvel guy per se. I've watched a lot of the movies. I haven't watched every single one. So I'm not like the big Marvel person that's going to tell you all the backstory to all the villains and the characters and the comics and all that other stuff. So let me get that out there first. I'm just a casual, if you want to call me that. I am a casual moviegoer, casual Marvel person, whatever you want to call me, watching these movies and these shows. So that's my first thing. You're not a big Spider-Man person either. Second thing is, there's going to be no spoilers to this review. So if you're coming here looking for, details of what happens in the movie, as far as like past what the trailer shows, you're not going to get it from me. And so again, this is a review of Spider-Man No Way Home. This is the third movie within the trilogy, starring Tom Holland Spider-Man. And I really enjoyed this movie, just so you know. So let me put that out there before I get into my review. I really like this movie. There's a lot of fun aspects to this movie. A lot of fun aspects to this movie. And so, if you guys haven't watched the trailer, watch the trailer. I'm sure by now, most people watching this have seen it. This is coming out, I think it's been 2 weeks since it debuted in theaters. So it's been a while. It's been the second week. So yeah, since it debuted in theaters. So most people have watched it at this point. So me talking about the trailer, if you've watched the movie, obviously you know. So, but anyways, the movie starts out, and it starts out from when Mysterio revealed that Spider-Man is Peter Parker, right? And so now he's trying to recap his life, because now he's now become the most famous person in the world. There's a lot of negative press, but then positive people that love him, people hate him. There's a lot of negativity that's ensued with people knowing that Spider-Man is Peter Parker, Peter Parker is Spider-Man. And then he's trying to some things go wrong in his life. I'm not going to tell you what happens as far as that goes, but he wants to basically return life to where it was before people knew that he was Peter Parker. So, he wants, and so he goes to Doctor Strange to get him to, switch his life back to back then. And some things go wrong basically because he's trying to mess with different things, because he wants certain people to know who he is and not just erase his entire memory. He wants it just to be as it was before he got revealed that he was Spider-Man. And so from there, he goes to Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange obviously tries to do a spell that doesn't go wrong. Again, all this is in the trailer. I'm not spoiling anything in the movie. But from there, a lot of things happen where every single person that new Peter Parker shows up. I watch these movies and I'm like, man, this is really good. My favorite Spider-Man ever has always been Tobey Macguire. I've said this on many occasions. My favorite Spider-Man is Tobey Macguire. That's neither here nor there, but that's who my favorite Spider-Man is. And so this movie is really good because they have a lot of old characters pop up. Obviously, like you saw in the trailer, you have the Green Goblin show back up. Everybody's excited about, William Dafoe's Green Goblin being back in Spider-Man. You have Dr. Octopus as well, Doc Ock, showing up as well in Spider-Man No Way Home as well. So it's really exciting that you get to rehash some of these old memories that you have, especially me, because I watched, again, that was my favorite Spider-Man, were those two movies. But then, every person that's in the movie does a great job. A lot of nostalgia, some great acting, some great references to previous Spider-Man that happened in the show as well, in this movie. And overall, everybody acted well. Tom Holland does a great job. Zendaya does a great job. I am slowly but surely, becoming more and more of a fan of Doctor Strange. I don't know. I didn't know who he was prior to me watching all the Avengers movies. So, comic book nerds are going to get mad at me for saying that. But I know he was. And so there was a fight between him and Spider-Man that happened. And it was pretty cool, to see, and that might have spoiled a little bit, but not really. It was cool to see, what he's able to do with his powers. It's his fighting is pretty cool. You know, everybody else is, I mean, Spider-Man has his webs, you know, whatever. Iron Man has a suit, but you know, Doctor Strange be able to like do different things. Like I really like Doctor Strange. And maybe because he's a wizard, and I like Harry Potter as well. Maybe that's why. Who knows? But overall, though, this movie was really good. Well thought out, well planned. The ending. Some people were a little bit mad about the ending. Some people weren't. I mean, I like the ending. That's neither here nor there. But I mean, again, it was a good movie. Like it wasn't like, you know, people say it's the most amazing Marvel movie ever. I wouldn't say that. I will put Endgame and Infinity War above this. But if you are a Spider-Man fan and you've watched every single Spider-Man to this point, then you're gonna love this movie because it is a cinematic love letter to Spider-Man fans, if that makes sense. Like I only watched Spider-Man 1 and 2 of Tobey Maguire, didn't even watch 3, didn't watch any of the Amazing Spider-Man. I watched a 30-minute video explaining all the movies leading up to this, because I didn't watch any of Tom Holland's either. So if, again, for me, it's my perspective is different than the normal person who's seen every single movie to this point. I had seen 2 movies of all, what is that, 7 that you need to watch no, really 8. I mean, technically 8. Well, if you include Avengers movies, I mean, there's a lot more. So then there are 11 movies that you need to watch to fully encapsulate this one movie. And so there's a lot, but it's overall this movie I gave it a 8.6 out of 10. Because again, I enjoyed the movie. As a person that, you know, again, not a super Marvel fan, that watched the movie, I can respect everything that happened in the movie. But I will say there's a great 30-minute video out there that explains everything leading up to the movie that I highly, highly recommend you watch if you're going to go watch it if you haven't watched it already. But overall, great acting. Tom Holland, Zendaya, cute couple. I forgot the dude that plays his friend, his actual name in real life, but he did great as well. Again, Doctor Strange. I would probably say he's my favorite MCU character until they get Cyclops back into the MCU, back into more movies. I always say Doctor Strange is my favorite character right now that they're showcasing more often. So I'm excited to see Multiverse of Madness and see where that takes it. I will say this though, there wasn't as much influence from the TV shows in this movie that I thought there would be. I thought they would somehow tie in WandaVision and Loki into this movie. I think that the people have mentioned that there's some Hawkeye tie-ins into this movie, but you know, I'm excited to see where they take it because I want to see, if you haven't seen Loki, you're super late, but I want to see where Kang fits in and how they start building Phase 4 and how they're going to, you know, take it from here because they basically have a new set of Avengers of who they want to use, obviously. So we'll see where it goes. I'm not sure, but you know, anyways, that's my review. Spider-Man No Way Home. Enjoyed it. 8.6 out of 10. Go watch if you haven't watched it. Let me know your thoughts in the comments if you have watched it. And that's my review. Thanks for tuning in. Coffee and comments.